So you mentioned one of the use cases, and can you please talk about any one of these use cases and how we can, like the multi-agent system, can like solve a problem for example, like chat or summarization. Can you just give us like how this strategy, like how multi-agent system can solve a problem for summarization, for example? Thank you.
Okay, let's say you're working in a legal department, and there are a lot of hearings and a lot of PDF documents. You can build an legal AI agent like we did here. So you will be having a legal uh, expert, you will be having an admin, you will be having a legal analyst, okay, you will be having a lawyer, you will be having a judge. You can have that, okay. So you can set up 4 5 agents there. They can look into that and they can summarize you any hearings. A judge will have its own understanding. So basically what we are doing, we are using the capabilities of the large language model with certain roles, with certain templates which we are putting, and then we are asking them only to go and solve that problem. Because right now these LLM models on their own they cannot do that. And then you can see these agents on their own they can do anything end to end, like summarizing this document. Somebody is working on HR department, you want to automate that. You can have an recruitment AI agent, you can have an onboarding AI agent, you can have somebody taking the interview. So in HR we can automate. A doctor is is looking into a lot of things. We can build a nurse AI agent, or maybe as a doctor assistant AI agent. So there will be one a nurse agent, one doctor agent, one patient agent. So one agent will be picking up the patient information, one would be looking at the past historical record, and then one would be nurse agent. Like this, together they will be assisting the doctors. So we can think about a role, any role that we have, whether it is an analyst, agent, an HR professional, a doctor, a lawyer, maybe a product manager, a sales rep. Everything can be an AI agent, and then we have to go and mention what task we want to do. Okay, so this way it can be used for doing, and that is why all the company are very much excited about these multi AI agents. Because what will happen, it can work like we human beings are working. It has got its own reasoning, it can reason, it can write the code, and then it can go and perform that task. This is why it is very very powerful. Prem Kumar, you have raised your.
Yeah. So thanks Alok and AgileFever for this session. So my question was right from your example only, as you tell that this LLM can give us the itinerary, but they cannot go and book the ticket. So let's say I build an agent for booking a ticket. I'll give some APIs. Let's say book a ticket on Redbus or maybe IRCTC XYZ.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but that agent would be particularly doing that particular task only, right?
Exactly. Every agent, as you can see, we have to
Mm-hmm.
define the role. So it will be
Right.
doing that. So that is what is important. We have to build those agents.
Okay, so it's not like I go to ChatGPT, I go to Claude, I write any of the prompt and I get the answer. So agent is like specific for that particular task. Like as I'm writing a code for particular task.
So think about it role wise. Whatever in HR will do. So
Mm-hmm.
I will not guide it what to do. I will say that Prem, you are an HR professional. Now you think this is a problem. You think how to solve that. I will not tell you anything. So in
Mm-hmm.
Chat GPT, we have to write down that this is my problem.
Correct.
Go and do this. Here we are not doing that. We are just telling you are an analyst. This is my problem. Go whatever you want to do. It may be something that LLM cannot do. Like it cannot extract the data from Wikipedia, like go on the internet, or maybe booking a ticket. So here
Mm-hmm.
we will have those agents which will do that. So bringing the capability of LLM model along with something that it cannot do, like we human beings can do. So this is like end to end. You can solve any problem that is there right now.
Got it. So let's say I'm defining a travel agent as an agent. Let's say a travel agent who books a ticket, and I ask him that this is the way you need to book a ticket. So will it again go and do all those steps and get me the ticket booked?
Exactly, it will go on Airbnb and like any website. Look at the flight ticket, compare where the ticket is cheaper, and come and ask the admin. Admin says, okay, no, I don't want to I want a direct flight. Maybe, it will ask whether, you want to
Oh,
go. And then they will interact, they will communicate among themselves. And somebody say, okay, go and book the cheaper ticket. It should be a direct. And ultimately, you will get a ticket in the output. The output will be ticket book for your travel. In between, what happens? Nobody will come and ask you. They will decide their own.
Got it, got it. So again, again, it's a multi-agent kind of
Yes.
framework.
Yes.
Good.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, look, this is good so far. These agents is very goes sometimes very creative and autonomous, and we should establish a guideline and control to the extent of what it's supposed to do. Sometimes, how can we establish those? You know, of course, we want autonomous and creativity, but not to the extent of harming ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you saw here also, we have a critic. So what happened when we were, the planner has, decide. A critic is somebody who will go and review everything and then say, okay, this is not required. So one thing we can have a part of agent only who is actually trying to supervise. In the agent only, we can set up our agent who is actually trying to look into the ethics, looking into the data privacy. These things we can build up. That is one thing. Second thing, what we can do, we can, for certain biasness, maybe all these things. So we can mention those in the prompt. That it should be looking into some sort of ethics. It should not be violating. For example, I'll give you example. I built a bot to write a job description. So there itself we have mentioned that whatever JD it is creating, it should not be first of all gender bias, because certain jobs it can say only men are required or something like that, or maybe racial bias, okay, only white people, black people, something like that. So there are certain biases. So when you're creating that, you have to mention that, okay, it should not be having those sort of biasness. So one thing, we can control this problem at the time of creation only. We can design the system in such a way that it takes care of some of these challenges. That is one thing. Second thing, once it is generating the output, there also we can look at the output, what it is generating. We can check, there are certain metrics which we can apply and see how is the output generated, whether it is having some harmful content, whether it is having some sort of biasness, whether it is having some sort of other thing. So all these things we have now, many other uh, things, component in these frameworks, which we can use and we can control them.
I appreciate it. So you've alluded to a lot of the back-end development, whether you're using a language like AutoGen or just in Python or others. You got all the different development environments, right? You can do it in Make and in N8N and Crew AI and all these others. I'm curious, what are you seeing as some of the front-end trends? Are you seeing like front end being like React.js? Are you seeing a lot more trends towards using like calling as sort of that front end trigger, where they're integrating into maybe like voice interface? In your example, it looked like it was more kind of internet scraping, gather the data, get a PDF, analyze, give a summary. What are you seeing some of the trends as like a front end interface that maps into kind of this back end agent that you're developing?
So it depends upon the use case, first of all,
Sure.
what you're trying to solve. So I'll give you example. I want to build an HRMS system. Now, for me, my front end, what it is going to be, I can integrate that with maybe a Slack, a team, or maybe WhatsApp. So there you have an API that is connecting with them. So that solves that use case. Maybe you have another use case where you want a UI where at least we have some sort of chatbot, like we can click on a button, I upload my PDF document. We can build a Streamlit. Nowadays we have Streamlit, we have a Gradio, like so many good interface we are having which we can use, and we can build those kind of applications depending upon the requirement. Other thing would be on a certain website. So already somebody is having a website, so we need to just integrate that using React.js or Node, like whatever it is, depending upon these things. So it depends what is the use case. It depends on like end to end how we are looking at the solution, whether it's a chatbot, whether it is using cognitive capabilities like a voice based service, whether I'm uploading something. So it all depends upon what use case we are solving, and then we
Mm-hmm.
define the front end.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you using an IDE to develop using it? Yeah, definitely. You can use VS Code, you can use PyCharm or any other IDEs to develop that. If you're working on a platform, definitely you can look for any cloud based, like we are having Azure, we are having Bedrock. It's very good. Even Google AI Studio is very good. So it depends upon and the cost. Do you what about data privacy? Are you looking for open source model? Are you looking for proprietary model? There is a lot of things. Do agents work on specified workflow? No, you can customize your workflow. Either you use a certain template, or if you want to do customize, you can customize as per your requirement. Okay, you talked about different LLM model. Can you help me to understand how to fine tune? See, if you fine tuning is a very costly business. Normally, we all go with RAG. It's a simple approach. Or if you want to fine tune, we have certain techniques like quantization, something called as PEFT, LoRa and QLoRa. Again, if you're really interested, we are launching the course. Do join that, where you will learn all these tools that we are having here. Fine tuning involves taking a pre-training model and further. Yes, definitely. I think somebody's already answered that. Sorry, not a coder, but what is the plan? Just agents are following. Is there any input? See, agent is like a human being. Think about the role. What is our role? So, how do you define a system which can do end to end? Like LLM models cannot solve everything end to end. So, how do you bring these multi-agent to do a lot of automations? So this is where the future is. Everybody is looking at agentic AI, mostly multi-agent AI. So this is where it would be. Definitely, you will get the recording notebook already. I have shared a presentation. We'll share a copy of it. I think most of the question is answered. We'll be launching more of these webinars. Do join that. So that's it. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alok, for your insightful session, and it is very valuable. Team, thanks for you too, for joining for AgileFever webinar. And please stay in touch with us. We'll be coming up with more sessions.